Hi, I'm joined by Marlynn McNutt of Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. And you know, Marlynn, you're so talented. You always teach us great things. And today, you're going to be telling us about some great finishing techniques, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so two things that we're going to be talking about. First of all, these necklaces, what do they all have in common? What finishing techniques were used here?
These necklaces are all finished with French wire or bullion.
Okay. So how do you actually do that, and what is that?
Actually, it's a very fine wire that's tightly coiled into a tube shape.
So are these examples of them here?
These are examples. Okay. They're all hollow inside. They come in different finishes. There's gold and silver plate, as well as sterling silver and gold filled.
Now, are they hollow? Because they look just like chain, or, I mean, they just...
They do resemble chain, but they are completely hollow. They're shaped like a tube.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And then they come packaged like that.
They come packaged in a 15-inch section. And then you just cut the piece according to whatever you're going to do with your design, whether you're finishing onto the clasp or whether you're actually using it in your design. And just cut the length that you need.
Now, what would be the purpose of using something like this?
French wire is used basically for two different purposes. One is that it keeps your stringing material from being abrasive against metal, like the beads or the clasp.
Yes.
But then it also covers your finishing material so that it blends in with your clasp.
So you could use any color of cord that you wanted to, because you know you can put that over it. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, can you show me how to do that?
Sure.
Incorporate it?
What we've done here is we have cut these sections and we've actually used them in the design of the necklace.
Wow.
So these are movable. They just slide back and forth on the thread.
That is amazing how it doesn't look at all like it's hollow. Like it looks like that's just gold, you know?
It does. Yes, it's a very nice, it's a complement to a lot of different beads and gemstones.
Okay, so you cut the sections.
So we cut the sections, and then at the attachment where you're going to hook it actually to the clasp, you want to use just a short piece. You don't need to use a very long piece at all. Basically what you want it to do is to just cover the thread and just enough length to where it covers the loop on your clasp. You need to center it, and then as you tighten, as you see, it forms a small loop.
Look how flexible it is, too.
It's very flexible.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you're not limited.
You're not limited at all.
Well, is it flexible?
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, that looks terrific.
So it just makes a very nice way to finish your piece off.
Now, do you have another finishing technique for us today?
We do. We have bead tips.
Okay.
And as you can see, I brought a good selection with me. We have some new designs out now.
So here's some examples of them here.
Yes.
Okay. Different colors I see as well.
Different colors. They also come in the plated gold and silver, and in sterling silver and gold filled.
Okay. Now, how would you use those?
These are used basically the same. It's a more classy finishing technique.
We like that.
We like that, yes.
Are there particular stones that it's mostly used with, or you can use it just at any time?
You will mostly see bead tips used on pearl strands. The pearls are knotted.
That makes sense, yeah.
So it works that way.
Okay, all right. Show me how to work it.
All right, when you're starting out with your first strand, what you'll do is you'll string a size 11 seed bead onto your stringing material.
Okay.
And then you'll run the thread through it again, forming a loop.
Right.
And then when you tighten this loop down, it will secure your seed bead in place. Then you'll want to tie a knot back here behind the seed bead.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Okay, then you'll go ahead and you'll string your strand, and on the other end you'll finish it off the same way. You'll go ahead and put that seed bead on and run your circle around, and then you will pull this down close to the beads and just go ahead and tighten it.
All right.
When you have that done, what you're going to do is you're going to take a bead tip and you're going to lay that seed bead inside of the bead tip.
Right.
You might want to add a drop of glue. It's totally optional because at this point you've got it knotted.
Security. Okay.
And then you'll go ahead and close that bead tip.
Okay. Look at that. And I see those are crystals that you're using it with.
Yes, they are.
So.
Yes.
Pretty crystals too.
All right, and then on the other end of your bead tip, you have a little loop.
Okay.
This loop you just open and you go ahead and attach it to the clasp
that.
and close it, and you're done.
Wow. And it just, you know, it's a subtle, nice finish.
It is.
Which is
It
perfect.
really is.
It doesn't really change the design or anything.
No.
But it just adds that extra security. That's gorgeous.
It does.
And let's take a look at the finished project. You can see the necklace there. Look at how gorgeous. And so you've added an additional strand.
Yes.
And then you can see the clasping mechanism.
Yes.
Now, the other pieces that you brought with you over there, are they all utilizing bead tips as well?
They are. The crystal strand is actually a vintage strand of crystal. And this was a popular finishing technique with these particular necklaces. And then the other strand is pearls.
Of course,
and they are
you did say
individually
that
knotted.
that was the usual where you'll
Yes.
find it being used.
Yes.
Okay. And then, of course, you have some bracelets, too.
We have
that
a
it's
couple of
used.
bracelets, and those are just finished off with the bead tips. You can see that they sort of blend right in with the beads that we used. And
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Marlynn. You know, it's great about these things because you go through all this trouble making a nice piece of jewelry, and it's nice to have all that other stuff. So let's recap for a second. So these are the first thing that we talked about, which is the French wire.
French wire or bullion.
Or bullion, okay. And then we also, and these would be used to cover the cord.
Correct.
So you can basically do any color cord that you want.
That's right.
Which is great. You know, sometimes you only have one color left.
That's
Instead of
true.
having to go buy another one,
Yep.
you can still incorporate the design you want. And then, of course, over there, we have the bead tips that we just
Right.
showed you how to use those as well.
Yes.
Terrific. Nice finishing touches.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you.